What is up, guys? Today I got all my parts in for this budget build, and I'll show you the layouts. For the case, I'm using an Ultra X Blaster mid-tower case. Comes with a 450 watt power supply, but it does not come with any fans. Now, I went ahead and got two Cooler Master blue LED fans for the front and the back for intake and exhaust. For the optical drive, we have a LG M-Disc Super Multi DVD CDRW drive. For the hard drive, we have a Western Digital Blue, and it's super thin, so that should be crazy. For Wi-Fi, we got the Gigabyte GCWB867DI. Pretty good, I guess. Like I said, this is a budget build. For memory, we got Kingston 16 gigabyte RAM. And for processor, we got a AMD Athlon multi-core processor. As you can see, there's a processor. It does come with a stock CPU fan, which there will be no aftermarket fan. Like I said, this is just a budget build. And as for the motherboard, we're going with the, we're going with BioStar Hi-Fi A85S3, and the chipset and everything is AMD. That's why we got the AMD processor. It is not Intel. We got 3D HDMI 3D visual, GBE LAN, super high speed 3.0, two 3.0 ports, Windows 8 ready, and on the back it just got all this cool information. So yeah, this should be fun. So this was the introduction. This is part one. The other parts would be unboxings, and I'll show you how to put it together. What is up, guys? This is the unboxing of the Ultra X Blaster mid-tower toolless design. But something's going to tell me we're going to have to go kind of toolless. Well, sort of. So yeah, let's get this started. This bag up here. So yeah, this is the case that I would be using. So yeah, it's got two USB front ports. You got a power switch, an eject button. Like I said, it does come with the 250 watt power supply, on-off switch. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video, and we'll get to the build real soon. What's up, guys? And this is the unboxing of the AMD processor. It is unlocked, so we can overclock it. It's multi-core. This is the 760K. So yeah, let's get into this. And of course, I don't have any nails, so what I'll actually do is I like using it, so use a knife here. Alright. just like so. So as you can see, here's the processor with the sticker. Never touch the bottom of these, no matter what, if it's Intel or AMD. And here's our CPU cooler, and we can see there's some thermal plates already applied, which is good. Yeah, so that was the unboxing of the processor, and hope you enjoy. What is up, guys? This is the unboxing of the video card, which is a Sapphire Radeon HD 6450. It is AMD compatible. As you see, we get full DirectX 11, 1080p full auto, HDMI, 7.1 HD. So yeah, I'll start unboxing these. First, our video card. Get a driver, some stickers, manufacturer warranty booklet, and a product registration. So here's the actual one itself. I'll grab myself real quick. Okay. And what I love about this one is it's already got, it doesn't need a power source from your power supply. You just plug it in and go, which is what I love. It's PCI Express 2.1. It'll work in 2.0 and up. What is up, guys? Today we're going to be moving on to the optical drives. For the hard drive for storage, we're going to be using a Western Digital green 1 terabyte. And for optical drive, we're going to be using an LG multi-reader and writer. So it's a DVD burner and CD writer. And we're not done there. Pretty much that would be all you need, including an operating system such as Windows 8 or whichever one you prefer. But I wanted to add some accessories to this. So what I did is I went ahead and picked up in my case 2 Cooler Master blue LED SickFlow 120s. I picked up an Western Digital SSD. It's a WD Blue. It's a 500 gigabyte SSD. And I picked up a Wi-Fi adapter. This is a Gigabyte GCWB867DI. And with that, you gotta, well, even without these right here in the operating system, you would have a full computer, and you can just download Linux for free from another computer that you have, or just order it. And I mean, Linux is free. A lot of them are free, especially Ubuntu. But I mean, if you know a friend that has Windows 8 and he lets you borrow his key, that's fine. But other way, you're going to need an operating system. But these are just accessories. You don't have to have these. These are just add-ons. So with that, we can get to the build. Alright, welcome back. Today we're going to start with making sure everything works. So with that being said, this manual, your motherboard manual, will come in handy on any build. Depending on what kind of case you have. You're going to need this. Okay. Close the box. The best thing I found to do while installing all this is to put it on top of your box. You want to take it out of, I usually grip it, I don't know if you can see it, but where the bracket is to mount your heat sink, I grab it right there, and I just go like that. And we're going to get rid of the bottom padding here. And I just grab it by both brackets, lift it up, and place it right on top of the box. Okay. First thing you're going to need to do is we're going to install our CPU in our socket. So, without further ado. Okay. Get the thing open here. Okay. Now, hopefully you remember what I said about touching the bottom of that. Never touch the bottom of those gold pins. Now, the purpose of this is just, you see that gold triangle right here? You're going to look for it on your motherboard and see which way it goes. Mine happens to be this way, so we're just going to flip that bar there, line it up, and it should drop right in just like that. And you can give it a little wiggle and lock it into place, and you seated it. Next we're going to install the stock CPU fan that came with it. And let me unwire it here. Okay. Now our CPU fan plug is located here. It'll say CPU fan. And now I find it easier is to find where it's at on there, so here. So what I like to do is seat it right dead in the middle, okay? And then get this side on first, and then apply even pressure back and forth, not too much. And then latch this down on both ends, make sure they're both latched in, and then you're just gonna lock it in place. And there you go, you successfully seated it. And we're just gonna plug in our fan here, which is right there. And sorry if I'm in the way. Alright, now that your CPU and your CPU heatsink is installed, next you're going to get your RAM, and mine is right here. Again, you can get 8 gigabytes or 4 gigabytes. I just went with 16 because I do a lot of editing and stuff like that. Okay, now you only line these up one way. Okay, what you want to do is flip these back all the way. Okay, and then hang on, let me get a closer look in there. Alright, and basically you want to line it up, okay? Make sure it gets in there, and then you can start pressing down, and then just go until you hear it click, and it's locked into place. Repeat the process with your other stick if you have one. Line it up, push down, and it's locked into place. You just installed your RAM. Congratulations. Alright, now the next step would be to install your video card. Which we're going to do in a second. Be right back. Okay, like I said, I'm going to grab our video card, pull it out of there, and you make sure this is pulled back, that way you can put it in and press down evenly. I should go off the board a little bit. Okay, try not to wiggle these too much. Again, this is just doing it for a test. And that being said, your external build is complete. Now, I'm just going to do a test boot here. Of course, I gotta take the power supply out the case. So hang on a second. Alright. I'm gonna free up this chair here. Again, we are doing this to see if we get a boot or not. So I'm going to very carefully move this over to this chair here. And on your power supply, really you're going to be using the 24 pin connector, which is right here, and the MB 12 volt header. Since mine's a 4 pin, I only need one. So we're gonna plug that in first. Let me. Of course, going with a budget build, you're gonna get complicated parts. Well, not complicated, but parts that don't really want to freaking work out with you. Okay. And it did have a little speaker, but I don't know what I did with it. Okay. Alright. Now the 12 volt pin, which is located over here. Alright. And I'm going to be using my TV for this because I freaking have a monitor right now. Okay. Last thing to do is to this just like that. Plug it in, and I'm going to power it on. But a lot of you might be asking, well, how do you turn it on if there's no one in there? Locate the pins. I'm sorry, the line's bad. Right here. You're going to short them out. Not actually short them out, but you're going to touch them. And basically we're going to touch them real quick. And we should get a boot. Which we do. We know that everything's working correctly. We got our DDR3 memory, 1600, total memory 2 gigabytes, and there's our BIOS. So this was successful. Now we can start putting our stuff into the actual case itself, and I'll be showing you how to do that. Oh, and to turn it back off, you just touch the same ones again. I'll show you. Whoops. Yeah, just like that. Or you could just do it the easy way and just turn it off from the back. And make sure you unplug it before you're unplugging those wires to put it in your case, which I will show you how to do. Stay tuned. What is up, guys? I'm going to show you how to install your motherboard into your case. Now, there's a couple ways you can do this. First, you're going to need standoff screws, the little hex screws, and I'll show you what they look like best as I can. They look like this, okay? Those are your standoff screws for your motherboard. What I did was I simply laid a piece of paper down right here, and I put my motherboard down, and I simply poked a hole through whichever one was showing. That way I knew where to do everything. Now, first thing you want to do is pop off the top of your case. And I know some of them have like a little thing right here where you can pop off just like that. Okay, which we just did. Now, installing the IO shield. It came with your motherboard. Sorry for the bad camera angle here. I don't have a freaking cameraman. But basically, you want to take your IO shield and you want to line it up with your motherboard. And I already knew which way mine goes, but basically if you don't know, you can just put it onto, you can honestly just put it onto your motherboard to figure out which way it goes. And I happen to know that mine goes this way. So we're just gonna pop it in just like this. You should hear four clicks. And be careful because these can cut you. So basically you want to put it right here, and I start from this side and push in. Just like that. That's one. Actually, I think that was all four. Yeah, it was all four. Actually, no, it wasn't. So basically, I got these bottom two popped in. So now we're just gonna pop top one in and this one in. Or some of them want to be a pain, like this one. Come on. Not on camera. You can fuck with me later, but not on camera. Okay, that was... Alright, there we go. Now that your IO shield's in place, you want to grab your motherboard by the heatsink only. And just go like this and slide them into place to where it's supposed to go. And there you go. And you're gonna want to start taking the screws that came with your case and start screwing in your motherboards. If you have washer ones that came with it, those work perfect, in my opinion, which I'm going to do. So let me dump out my screws here, find out. Okay, here's one. Okay, so yeah, here's one, and generally I like to start off where I see it's pushing off at. So I would say, come on, right about there. Okay. Let me get these screws started, or actually screwed in, and then I'll get right back. Okay, I'm back. As you can see, the motherboard is screwed down. Alright, next we're going to make room for our video card, which will go right here, so I gotta pop this shit. This thing is going to be a pain. Actually, you know what? My screwdriver will come in handy for that. I can just wedge it out. There we go. Wiggle it free. Alright. Now, I'm going to seat it evenly
Well, you dropped into place and not in the right place, dude. Come on. This case is so complicated. Alright, there we go. There we go. Alright. And now I'm going to screw that down so it doesn't move anywhere. Ah, yeah. I hear it, but I don't see it. Oh, there it is. Okay. And we're just gonna make sure that's all the way over. And there you go, it's screwed into place, it's not going anywhere. Let's see, what's next? Oh, our Wi-Fi card. Which will come in handy. Same thing, I already took one out, but you line it up and push down. Actually, it came with a USB cord. Let me make sure it's in the right spot. Let me see where my USB cord is first. Okay, that's audio. In my case, I don't think it had USB, but yeah, so this would be in USB. No? I guess the front one. Come on. Not on camera. There we go. There we go. Okay, now I'm going to do the same thing and screw that into place. Make sure it's seated in there. Because this wants to be a pain. I don't know why. They all like to be pain in the butts anytime you're doing a build. Okay, there it goes. Alright, that's secured, not going anywhere. If I remember correctly, this came with the wireless adapter. FUSB 2. I think that's what it was. Yeah, I'm pretty positive that's what it was. So, I'm going to plug that in there. And plug this side in here. Just like so. Okay. Now the next thing to do is to wire up our board, the front panel. So, like I said, everyone's different when it comes to, I'll actually show you, to these little prongs right here. Every case and motherboard is different, so refer to your manual. So I'll be right back when I get done putting these into place. Alright, so I got done wiring everything up. Now the next thing is to do is install our hard drive and our optical drive. So this from the front, we're going to push out this one. And I'm going to slide in our, actually we're going to do this first. I'm going to slide in our optical drive. Just just like so. Lock it back into place. You just install an optical drive. Now for a hard drive, do this here. Alright. And this is going to be facing that way, so yeah. I'm just going to undo this top one here. I don't know if you can see that, but I'm actually going to put it, yeah, just put it right here. Yeah. So I'm going to put it right there. So if I go any further, I won't be able to install my fans or my add-ons. So put that like there, and it's secured. I'm not going anywhere. And you're pretty much done for that, and except for power and everything. So let's do that. Let's put our power supply in. Mine goes in that way. Yeah. Alright. Let me screw this in real quick, guys. So I got my power supply put in. And we're going to simply just first untangle all this shit. And we're going to plug in our 24-pin motherboard power, which is right here. Plug that in first, and then our 4-pin connector. Alright. Now the next thing to do, whoops, get a different angle here, is install our SATA power connectors to this. So let me do that. Figure out which one's the top. Alright, so this is the top. Okay, so yeah, this is the top. So we're going to plug in our SATA right there. And our SATA to our hard drive, which is right here. Come on. Alright. Now, those SATA data cables that came with your motherboard, you're going to need them at this point. Mine came with 2. So I'm not going to be able to use my, actually, yeah, I am. I'll do that later. Basically, you're going to want to find your connectors and plug them in. Just, whoops. Alright. Same with the CD drive. Okay. And you're done. The next thing you need to do is cable management. But I'm actually going to install my 2 fans. So let me do that. Give it a nice touch. I'm going to install my 2 fans. First one, I want, well, first I'm going to figure out which one's the intake and exhaust. That'd probably be helpful, wouldn't it? Plus you want to get to see what it looks like too, about me doing this. Hang on a second. Alright, let me press the power on the top. So it's blowing this way, so I want, ow! So I want it to be facing that way, right here, and then the next one can be blowing, yeah. That's pretty much it, so let me turn it off. Alright, so I'm back. As you can see, we got a bit of cable management to do. So, let's get all of this out of the way. Let me unplug my back fan real quick. And I'm just trying to get as much airflow as possible so that can go right here. Actually, I got an idea. Let's shove that through there, have it come out the back right here, and then come back in. And then we can connect it right there. We can make it look all nice and neat. And as for these, I'm just gonna tuck them up top. And for this, pretty much just tuck it right here for now. Because there's really nothing you can do. And yeah, so that's basically the best I'm going to be able to do with this. This is just, I mean, it's got enough airflow, so it'll be fine. Next, we just we're just gonna pop in the lid here, and congratulations, you just built the computer. Now, if you want to look, if you're wanting to look, see what I did as far as the LED fan wise, here. So we got an LED fan there. We got one here. Basically, the whole thing's lighting up. But yeah, a lot of people would think it'd be cool to see the inside of the case, or at night. I like blue. Alright, so let me install Windows and the missing drivers, and I'll show you the end result. What is up, guys? So you should have completed your build, installed your Windows operating system, because it'll tell you to, right when you turn it on, to boot from a device. It can be USB or CD, and you hit enter and you go through your setup. But the real question I know y'all want to ask is, does this computer work? So let's power on our monitor here. Alright, now let's power on our computer. Oh, it would help if I turned the power on, wouldn't it? Sorry about that, guys. As you can see, it does work. But the first thing I want to do is get in the BIOS. Okay? Because I want to do some stuff here. And what I'm looking for is time. There it is. Okay, and the only way to do this correctly quickly is honestly to look at another computer. So this is 21:49. Now we have the clock set up properly, and the date's wrong, so it's 4/16. Actually, no, it's right. 4/16. Sorry, you can't really see that. 4/16/2013. And I want to make sure. See, this was supposed to be up top. Okay. That's supposed to stay there because I already installed Windows. So make sure your hard drive is selected backup and boot options to 1. I don't need a password. I don't want to overclock anything right now. And we're going to save and exit. Now, as you can see, it does work. Weird, I thought I already activated one of those. But whatever. Oh, it's because it didn't register with the computer. As you can see, we got no internet. Because even though I had the wireless hooked up, I don't have it plugged in. So now I'm going to open up my drive and find my gigabyte disk. There it is. And we're going to put it in and close the drive. It should be coming up here soon. Come on. Okay, yeah, so here we go. So we're going to run the setup so I can get Wi-Fi in here. Oh, and as a formality, the internet and everything did work. So, what the hell? Install the wireless LAN driver. That's weird. That's weird. It's Intel, but I have AMD, so I wonder if this will work. I'm going to install. Oh, what is this? I now have Wi-Fi. And look! There we go. So let me connect to my Wi-Fi network real quick. After this is done installing, of course. So, I'll be right back. Okay, I just got done installing my wireless driver. As you can see, almost perfect signal. So this is really strong now. Oh yeah. Now, next thing I need to do is install my chipset driver and USB, my audio, and install Windows updates, and that's pretty much it. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and please like and subscribe. This was a budget build, and it's working phenomenally. This was only $200, all custom. So like and subscribe, and stay frosty.